we have extensive engagement over the last 2 days on the state of the nation. Appreciating that the country is currently in a state of grave emergency because of the COVID-19 pandemic and the attendant economic meltdown, coupled with a huge constraint on socio-economic and political activities that have been accompanied by breakdown in the rule of law, leading to unfortunate incidents like the Kianjokoma, Kahawa West, and Kayole killings, as well as the ongoing conflicts here in Laikipia. Concerned that the Big Four development agenda upon which we were elected has suffered major setbacks in implementation, negatively impacting on the evasive job and wealth creation. Disturbed by the criminalization of entrepreneurship, the misuse of state agencies like KRA, DCI, etc. to harass the business community, the wanton destruction of business, discrimination, demolition, and general capture of the nation's economy by monopolistic cartels driving out the ordinary Kenyans from business and or productive economic activities have led to unprecedented levels of poverty and suffering among Kenyans. Acknowledging our past political realities and our distribution to the current administration formation, cognizant that a fully constituted IBC is now in place and that the general election will be held in the next 10 months, we wish to state as follows. 1, we appreciate the socio-economic and political status of our country, and we are determined to ensure that the political dispensation in Kenya shall be devoid of ethnicity, sectarianism, and any other form of division. We will deliberately make our contribution towards political organization where competition will be anchored on issues that will make a difference in lives of our constituents in the context of larger Kenyan community. 2, in the past 1 year, we have engaged our constituents on the realities of economic situation in light of many impediments that have destroyed the commercial, business, and entrepreneurial efforts of the people we represent, and have come to conclusion that the next political discussion must be on economy. Yes. Underline economy. We have since engaged experts at different levels, and we have come up with an economic blueprint upon which we want to prosecute our political engagement with our candidate of choice going into the next general election. I invite my colleague, Mami Mwega, Faith Getao from Nyandarua.
We have resolved that the economic blueprint developed with the help of experts shall now be subjected to a thorough interrogation in strategic sector meetings in villages, shopping centers, markets, barazas, town estates, amongst others, to seek the input, the adjustment, the concurrence, and the support of a cross-section of stakeholders, including farmers, professionals, business people, mama boga, boda bodas, saloonists, mechanics, entrepreneurs, and all other stakeholders. We shall, in the coming week, release a calendar of these Hasra Nation engagements with the people. This engagement will culminate in the signing of a national hustlers economic charter and subsequently a time-bound covenant between the people and the candidate on specific deliverables of the region's economic interest and specific development agendas or projects, as well as the implementers of this agenda. Number 4, we have also engaged our constituents on the character and form of the political formation upon which our agenda and program will be implemented. We have come to the conclusion that a national political formation that has the capacity to rally the majority of Kenyans behind this economic blueprint is the best vehicle for the actualization of the aspirations of the people we present. Number 5, we as the leaders from Mount Kenya want to be at the forefront in the championing a new Kenya where political competition will not be based on regional, ethnic, or sectarian parties, but on a national platform that embraces inclusivity of all Kenyans and one that elevates issues above ethnicity, personalities, all other selfish considerations. And now, number 6, we have resolved that we shall canvass the agenda of the people we represent on the platform of the United Democratic Alliance, and that is UDA. A political party we have formed together with other Kenyans from across the nation. A political movement that currently has support of millions of Kenyans, MCAs, governors, and more than 150 MPs and senators from all corners of the country. And now, welcome our able Kidiki, leader of the majority, to carry on. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Faith. I'm glad you didn't say the people's leader of majority. because that title that title brought a lot of problems. Maybe they have. We as leaders have equally scanned the political landscape on possible presidential candidates on the basis of their understanding of the issues that are dear to our constituents and the rest of the Kenyans. We have further weighed their ability to muster support across the generational divide, their track record in delivery of national public commitments, and their passion for work and sacrifice to the unity of our nation. For his track record as Member of Parliament for Eldoret North, his demonstrable contribution in the Ministries of Agriculture and Higher Education, his outstanding contribution to the success of the current administration, especially in the first term, his commitment and loyalty to national unity and service delivery, his determination to the empowerment of the Aslan nation, and his unrivaled support across the country, we have elected to work with William Samoei Ruto and support him as our candidate for the choice or for the post of president in next year's general election. Yes. We commit to mobilize and urge our supporters, as we do all Kenyans, to be part of this new non-tribal, non-sectarian political dispensation under the UDA party, anchored on the new progressive and revolutionary bottom-up economic model. We have consciously and deliberately decided to be the generation of Mount Kenya leaders that changed the political foundation of Kenya, breaking free from the servitude of personality cults, ethnic mobilization, and replacing it with national political organization. And we are that generation of Mount Kenya political leaders that brought to a close the sad politics of deceit and betrayal. Yes. Based on the foregoing, we invite all Kenyans to walk with us in this worthy journey of building a peaceful, cohesive, united, and prosperous new Kenya, where every child matters and has equal and fair opportunity. Ladies and gentlemen, we are 47 members of Parliament, and when I say so, it's both houses of Parliament, who are present here. We have 3 apologies, and we are here today to commit and to pronounce the nation that after review of the various people who want to lead our country in next year's election, we, in consultations with millions of our people whom we represent, we have elected to support and to stand with His Excellency William Ruto to be the next President of the Republic of Kenya. Yes. Secondly, we are here also to announce that after looking at the sad development around political parties and their disintegration, we have opted that as we go into the next general election, we will be supporting His Excellency William Ruto through the United Democratic Alliance Party, UDA. Yes. Thirdly, we are here to say that between now and then, today, in this venue, we have begun a serious engagement process with our presidential candidate, which will involve collecting views from the lowest level at the grassroots, to hear the views of our people, so that just before the election, we will be able to sign a commitment or covenant charter between ourselves and the people we represent and their interests, even as that will amalgamate with the other regional charters that will be developed to ensure that the interests and priorities of every Kenyan are captured and documented before the election, with a very clear roadmap on an implementation schedule and the guarantors to that implementation, because we have witnessed people signing commitments and abandoning those commitments the following day. We want to say never again in this country will people make political commitments and get away with it. The politics of deceit, betrayal, and commanship must come to an end. And therefore, we are here as leaders from this region to say we are willing to partner with William Ruto in the next election, and we are here to say that we have started a process of engaging with him, first of all with our people, to generate a people-centered priority list which identifies the interests of our people around the economy, around the production sectors in our area, and that will be reduced into a commitment charter, which will be signed and amalgamated with the charters will be signed from other parts of the country. And finally, in that process, we will also, once we have tackled the priorities of the people, we will also include the guarantors or the implementers, those from this region who will be in the next government on behalf of the people, identified through a people-driven process to ensure that this charter is honored and we are not back here again trying to explain ourselves, as we have wasted the last 5 years trying to explain to the country why the Jubilee government that was elected with overwhelming support has fallen apart and has done literally nothing in the last 5 years except to try and change and interfere with the constitution of our country. Thank you very much. If there are not more than 3 questions, I can answer them. Yes, sir.
Have you decided on the way forward in regards to taking a running mate for the deputy president? Which region is going to come from? That running mate is going to come from. Secondly, is there room for a coalition with other friendly parties that will also be supporting the deputy president and run for president?
Very well. I'll answer those 2 questions as follows. As we have said, we are here today to tell the nation that after a rigorous process of examining who we can work with and support for the position of president next year, we have elected to support His Excellency William Ruto. 2, that we will support William Ruto through the UDA party. That is our focus for now. Thirdly, you have asked about whether we have discussed on issues of running mate and where the running mate will come from. We hold the view that the issue of a running mate and the region where the running mate will come from is not a priority to the people of Kenya at this point. However, this being a political process, as I have said in my remarks, my colleagues and I have had an initial discussion on the framework for engagement. And that framework of engagement, at the top of it, are the priorities of the people we represent. But at the bottom of it, in the process of engagement, before the signing of the charter, there will be an ingredient on the implementers and the guarantors who will assure that this region's priorities will be honored and taken care of. So that time will come. It is coming sooner than later, but not today. Thank you. Sato? Yeah, one more. I can take a maximum of 3. There is one more, yes?
You have not clarified on the issue of partnering with other friendly parties.
As I have said, the framework of engagement will be open to partnership with people and groups and organizations who are like-minded. Our focus is on the ordinary people, and anyone who is speaking the language of the ordinary people is not our adversary, is our partner. And therefore this engagement will continue, but within the framework of the UDA. Asanteni sana. God bless you.
Just a minute. Who was doing the Kikuyu one? And Meru. So there is let's do the vernacular ones then off.
Honorable members, please listen. We will be back at exactly 2:30. Okay. Exactly 2:30. Thank you.
Your prefect.
Sideline.